I'd rather look crazy in the beginning because I've set my boundaries.
You know when you're just doing it for a good time, not a long time. No strings attached. Done that one time.
You can go off and do
what my life.
No one wants to settle for something, you know, and like plod along in a relationship where you're not happy.
Like, thank you. Say it louder. Say it again.
See, that's why I can't do dating apps. I just find stuff like that so
cringy,
babe.
No, babe, it's personality.
You know what's sexy? When they like disappear for a minute, whatever. Like, I'll be right back.
And they've already...
And then...
Pressed.
Angela, do you know what I realised? Like, had some reflection. I feel like I've always been in a relationship, like, back to back.
Obviously, I did like them at the time, but boo.
And I realised that, like, I haven't actually been single in my prime as Mariam Musa. Like, I haven't actually, like... Do you know what I mean? You know, when like I'm young, like I love like my life set up, like my flat, like my dog.
Yeah,
like
baby, you could be a what's the opposite of a
bachelorette?
Bachelorette.
I don't know, but I do fall in love quite quick, so I'm not sure if I can handle it.
You can have like a, you know, like them romances. You don't. It's not like It's like. There doesn't have to be a hoe phase or a bachelorette.
Just dating.
Just like dating, enjoying it on your terms.
But don't you find it hard, right, I find it hard to date multiple because I feel like when I like someone, I just give myself. Like once I'm like, you're my friend, boom. Or
take all of me.
Take all of me. What would your dating app bio be?
No.
Just think.
No, I wouldn't, babe.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't have a bio.
Really? How's someone going to be knowing a bit about yourself?
They'll just look at me and match. If you can't do that, then I'm not interested.
Do you know what mine would be?
What, you're a Sagittarius?
No.
You're a dog mum?
Oh, defo. And I would have said like I am hot mocha girl. Like just something cute like.
See, that's why I can't do dating apps. I just find stuff like that so
cringy,
babe.
No, babe, it's personality.
Cheesy. I wouldn't see that as personality. I just see that as what a weirdo. Like you signed up to this app to say you like hot mocha.
Because it's.
But
like,
that's just how I think.
That's how you think. Yeah, because you know the ones where like for example, like you would put that you're a dog mum if you was to do one or.
No, I wouldn't put anything in my bio, babe.
I don't really take my card out. Like obviously I've got Apple Pay.
I don't even. You don't do that pretend.
Yeah,
pretend
no,
thing.
I don't do that
I
anymore.
used to do that, guys. Like I used to feel so like I felt I felt like I needed to show my independence and let them know that I got myself. But now, I'm taking the back seat. I'm gonna sit like
there.
the bill's here.
Actually, do you know what I've started to do? Before I know they're going to pay the bill, I'm just gonna go to the toilet quickly because I'm expecting by the time I come back, it's paid.
You've paid for it.
You know what's sexy? You know what's sexy? When they like disappear for a minute, whatever. Like, I'll be right back.
And they've already.
And then.
It's paid.
And then they say, "Oh, let's go."
Yeah.
Like,
or like you with a big group of people, and it's like, "Oh, it's taken care of."
It's like, okay.
Oh, you've done that. When? Oh, okay.
I always wonder, though, for you guys, when do you actually genuinely like? How many dates would you be like? Okay, let me at least offer now. Like how?
Because I feel like I've got to the point now that I don't even offer anymore.
Not even the genuine one.
I don't even offer anymore because I'm like, I need to make back for the times that I was spending my money.
I'm scared.
Like the only time like I do pay now is, let's say like I'm like, let's do something and you have to book it online.
Right.
And then I'm like, let me just quickly book it online. Then I've ended up paying for it.
Well, that's the thing. I think with my boyfriend now, like we've been together for 3 years, and if we book like a trip, it's like I get the plane tickets.
Oh,
and you will get like the
accommodation,
food, and you will get like the whole, you know what I'm saying? And it's more like that. And honestly, I really don't mind paying for somebody because I'm like, I want to be with you.
Yeah, we're locked
and it's
in.
not for the money. And I know it's not for him either. But yeah, on a little date, it's like...
Yeah. And it's normal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because all my friends are in relationships. Well, not all my friends, but like majority of they are. And I feel like I've been single for a long time. And it's not like... it's not like someone has asked me to be their girlfriend, but I wouldn't take it and look at it as in like I'm not attractive, because you have to kind of look at the kind of guys you're talking to as well.
Exactly.
Like if you was to ask me to be your girlfriend right now with how you are right now, would you even be a good man for me?
Yeah. And I think that's what you said, like it's about kind of waiting for what you need at the end of the day. It's so nice in relationships and knowing you want that. But at the same time, I think it's even better being ready for that right relationship for you.
I feel like with your videos, even though you're sort of giving an insight to what you're going through, it's empowering in terms of like, when you said the reason why you didn't really open up about this before is because it's like you feel embarrassed. It's like a guy could do wrong, but the person that's done nothing wrong, we feel embarrassed and we don't want to come out and talk about, oh, I couldn't make my marriage work. It's always seen like the woman couldn't hold down her marriage. So I think the fact that you're just being so open and like talking about how you honestly felt and everything you've gone through is what's people are finding empowering. And the fact that, okay, even though I got married young and I've been in this relationship for so long, I can still leave, I'm starting again and I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's giving other women like, do you know what? I don't need to stay with this person. I could start again, even though you was in the public eye. It's like, okay, cool. It's not working. I tried my best and I'm going to go again.
Yeah.
I feel like you're really strong.
Oh, thank you. I feel strong, not gonna lie. I didn't feel strong for a very long time, but now I feel super strong because that was one thing that kept me there for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
and it's like, how much longer am I gonna go through this feeling?
Right. But do you know what? I might have spent my whole 20s in that relationship, but 30s are the new 20s, so I really don't even business no more. I'm in my prime.
You know, when you break up with someone, every time you break up with someone, you want to level yourself up, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's getting a new job, making more money, like focus. So out of that relationship, he started doing them steps and then boom, you're back together, you've gotten comfortable again. And it's as if you're now, now that you're back with me, oh, now I need to step up when you get to chill. And it's like, if we're being realistic, I feel like, no, he's going to step up even more because I broke up with you because of what you done in the first place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's given bummy. And I think you can do better. Us girls, let's not settle. If we want the full package, a guy that's all the things and is most, what's the word she said? He's... ambitious, then go for it. There's men that are out there because you'll get tired eventually and you don't want to be there when it's too late. You've got kids with him and... You got together with someone that you already knew wasn't ambitious, so you can't be upset now.
I would say this, you just have to be careful that you don't miss out on a good guy who can perhaps learn some of those qualities and learn some of those those actions that you want from them, as opposed to someone that's kind of already made with those.
But then can I ask you the question, because I feel like this is a real question, like, what is the difference between settling then? Because you know how girls, we have our standards, you have your list, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I even saw this girl, she literally was talking how she's not gonna let the fact that she's getting older make her settle. How do we differentiate settling and also realistic? Because I think that's I can't lie, I feel like sometimes we blur our lines, because sometimes I see girls and they'll be talking and I'm like, you're not being realistic, but I also be in that stage where I'm not being realistic, but then at the same time it's like, but I don't want to feel like I'm settling for not getting what I want and the best, but it's the best and what I want, just not a realistic thing in a modern day relationship or a man.
I suppose it's that word settling for, right? No one wants to settle for something, like plod along in a relationship where you're not happy, you don't feel proud to be with that person. You don't deserve that kind of setup. But what I'm saying is have a think about what's really important for you in a relationship, because the guy who maybe on the first date hasn't really made proper plans because he wasn't really sure, and he was a bit could be the guy that is stable when you're going through something difficult, he's really there for you.
I've been in a position, where I've talked to a guy and it was going so good. This guy was caring for me, chasing me. I didn't even have sex with him. Nothing happened. And he just ghosted. He just went mad and you just think, what did I do wrong? I didn't want you. I wasn't interested in you. No, I like you. Because I've settled. I'm thinking, he's not my type. Yeah. I'm not really interested, but why not? And you get yourself there and then out of nowhere. So when you actually sleep with them,
I think,
it hurts.
Yeah, I think
that should be a crime. I can't lie.
100%.
Get charged for that.
Because it's painful, especially me.
It's fraud.
Sex is valuable to me. It'll be different if I'm having sex because I want to have sex and just, no, obviously I want to have sex. But you know when you're just doing it for a good time, not a long time, no strings attached. Done that one time.
You can go off and do
of my life. But you know when you're actually doing it because it's like, do you know what? If I do this, I'm only doing this because my feelings are involved, and I know that's what I'm like. So it's like if I know I'm like that, you need to hold out.
Yeah, you have to hold out.
And yeah, I think because some girls like to say, oh, regardless if you hold out or not, if a guy's going to use you, he's going to use you. However, I don't agree with that, because I think when you hold out, it gives you enough time. It's not for the guy that's using me. It's enough time for me to suss you out even more to make myself more comfortable with my decision, whether I want to give you the kitty or not. I feel like you can't have sex with someone expecting more. Like, just genuinely have sex in that moment because you wanted to have it in that moment. You wanted to feel good. Rather than thinking ahead, because
it's never going to work.
That's like when you start to think, I shouldn't have done that.
But then don't you think it's even more insulting when you don't do that and then they ghost? Or what's better? I guess when you don't, because I've heard there's stories where people don't even have sex and the guy would just ghost on you. And you're just
just have the conversation. I think it's just common decency. I don't think there's anything can prepare you for someone to ghost you. It's rude.
It's actually mad rude, and especially when you're there thinking, what have I done?
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, what did I? You start to over-doubt yourself. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Imagine going into something so confident, and then you come home and you're all...
You're like, what's wrong with me? What did I do? Did I miss something?
Yeah.
But girls, it's never that.
It's
like
never.
These guys, I feel like, just face so many issues that they don't open up about.
I'd rather look crazy in the beginning because I've set my boundaries, because there's no way I'm gonna get to a stage where you're you're actually taking the piss out of my character, my integrity. I'd rather set the boundary now, like I don't F with this, I'm not allowing this, and if I look crazy, that's fine. But at least I know I've protected myself.
From the start.
Yeah, I think we need to be more savage. It's like guys love to disturb a girl's peace.
Because they know how to set. Yeah, you know they set their boundaries. Like, you know, like sometimes like I've had guys where I've tried to talk. Well, they've tried to have a conversation, like date or whatever, and they try to set, like, if I'm dating someone, I want to call you at any point, like when I want. Do you know what I mean? And then some guys, like, they kind of like slowly, you call them, they don't pick up, and then they want to call you when they want to call you, and expect to talk to you, and then slowly you don't realize that you've set that boundary, and then all of a sudden sometimes you would go to pick up the phone to call them, and then you think, oh, let me not, he's probably not going to pick up anyway. Like you said, when people drop, let's say, a pregnancy shoot or a pregnancy video, everyone wants to be like, where's the dad, because the dad's not in a shoot. But when women now are dropping wedding photos or wedding videos and there's no man in it, you lot can't be like, where's the man,
the boys aren't saying it.
Do you know what I mean? Because you obviously know that there's a man there, because I obviously didn't marry myself, but it's like, can you not keep the same energy for the pregnancies? It's the same concept. Like,
thank you. Say it louder. Say it again, just for the people that didn't hear it at the back.
Rewind it back and listen again. Yes. But yeah, it's the same kind of concept. Just because you didn't see a man there doesn't mean that the man's not involved. Like the wedding, the man is clearly there involved. You lot just don't need to see him. Mind your big nose.